You're listening to the Chartographers.
Everybody, you are listening to the Chartographers. It is that music-loving podcast for music-loving people where we take every single album by a particular artist and we rank it worst to best and forget about the rest. The rest are the B-sides, the stuff that's, the ephemera, the Japanese bonus-only singles, all that stuff. You don't need it, it's fine. And hey, guess what? We are here, and you know what? We've been doing this whole second season where we've been covering so many, classic artists, the Michael Jacksons and the Led Zeppelins and the Iron and Wines. That's not classic, but still, we've been moving a little bit more contemporary for this season.
Talking Heads?
Yeah, Talking Heads. Oh my goodness, yes. And so
it's about to be contemporary.
Way fucking, the most possible contemporary we can get. Guys, guess what? We decided to pull the trigger on it. Today we are talking about one of the biggest pop stars of the moment, someone who has redefined what dance pop and so many other things are, one of the many artists that we've done who've done Super Bowl halftimes for some reason, because we keep hitting that thing for a while. But that's right, we were talking about the one, the only, the person who redefined the phrase skirt steak for an entire generation. That's right, we're talking about Lady Gaga. Mr. Minota, if you're nasty. Jim Minota.
I didn't get that one.
The skirt steak?
Yeah, what is it?
Skirt steak?
She's a meat. She
Steak.
was.
Oh,
She
right.
dress.
That doesn't...
Ew. It was a
had
dress
better
than me.
You've definitely, that was my art pop of jokes. So guys, listen. We are here, we are going to be taking, and again, a very more short amount of time. She redefined a lot of what pop music is. When she came out 2008, 2009, it was really the apex of what Eurodisco was, and essentially she helped usher that in a way where eventually kind of morphed into EDM. So she kind of was a trendsetter, and then also kind of succumbed to the trends of the time. It's been kind of a go back and forth that she's done, so it is a fascinating pop music journey that we're about to go on. And of course, before we start ranking all of the wonderful Gaga stuff, we need to talk about our house of Gaga that we've assembled right here in the room. That's right. First off, there is me. I'm Evan Sadi. I'm an editor over at Pop Matters. You probably know me as a host of this podcast, but if you know me as a host of the podcast, then you know the person sitting next to me, the red one to my Gaga. That's right.
No.
The co-creator of the podcast, Taran O'Reilly. Taran.
Red One sucks. I mean, we'll talk about his, only good moments.
Yeah, I mean, but they're basically
minutes.
with Gaga, because sorry, Starships by fucking Nicki Minaj and or Poison by Nicole Scherzinger. You just
Those
don't
are
stack
not good
up.
songs.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like Poison. I know it's bad, but still, as with a lot of Pussycat Dolls fan worship. But listen, Taran and I, we could do this episode. I have a feeling we could, but we needed the expert here. We needed the one, the only. He is literally the most devout Lady Gaga fan that I know. He is an acclaimed photographer, the person that is just joy incarnate. He is whatever the male persona that Lady Gaga did for a while during the Born This Way era.
Joe Calderone.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
The joke on the road.
I knew he would
That's
know.
right. Michael Kaluzny is here in the studio.
That's not
Michael,
me.
how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Oh, we're in a fucking great mood. We've been talking about this for a while, but now that the pieces have finally come together and that you're here, I'm just so excited.
happy.
I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, guess what? We now have a difficult task in front of us. We are, per the Chartographers tradition, we're going to rank every album of hers from worst to best. So let's get into qualifiers, because there is some sticky wickets in here. First off, though, we basically, and I mean this, basically have 4 regular albums that we could talk about pretty easily. There was, of course, her debut, The Fame, from 2008. There's Born This Way from 2011. There was Art Pop from 2013. There's a little bit more Put On Your Country Hat, Joanne from 2016. And that seems good. 4 albums. I mean, we've done artists with, not a lot of things on their discography before, but we got 2 kind of offset qualifiers to talk about here. First off, there is, of course, the Fame Monster. There is debate over whether her 2009 8-song release qualifies as an EP, or a mini-album, or an album,
Or
how
just
you
a
wanna
straight-up
qualify.
re-release.
Yeah,
a lot
because
of times it's just qualified as a deluxe edition of The Fame, which is kind of odd to me, but that is
Yeah.
what they did at first. So, I mean, it was available as its own standalone thing. It's also pretty sonically different than the Fame.
And not that I'm ever going to defer to the Grammys in terms of anything else like that, but the Fame Monster did result in her second Album of the Year nomination. So since they thought of it in that way, I think it is perfectly okay to put the Fame Monster in our lineup.
Also,
of
it's
stuff to
35 minutes, which is the length of many
regular albums. Yeah, we ranked that fucking
artists put
Sufjan
out.
Stevens EP that was 57 minutes. So EP.
Right.
Yes.
Bro.
Great.
Good job. That's the thing that we did.
Yes.
Right.
I was tossing it
Your
in.
memory.
Exactly.
Spot on.
Right. Look, we need to know our lineage, our history. But now,
So we're including the Fame Monster.
right, with Michael.
We gotta.
Yeah,
We gotta.
exactly. We have
100%.
to. Yeah, we Germanata. And the thing is that then there's one other thing we have to talk about, and there is actually this has been the most hotly debated thing that we've discussed so far, which is Cheek to Cheek from 2014, because it was a #1 album, but it also just so happened to be a covers album of jazzy duets with Tony Bennett. She became very good friends with Tony Bennett when she appeared on one of his duets album, because, you know, that's what all the old crooners do these days, duets with all these other young artists on there. But yeah, they had a great relationship and just did a collabo album together. And then a collabo tour, just all the collabos. So right now, and so as such, there's kind of this thing where, like, it is a covers album, which traditionally we haven't done before. It is also a collaboration album, which traditionally we don't really include in most of our rankings there.
Which are the two reasons that I at first was like, why are we including this? Why
Yeah.
would we do that?
But then again, we've also included things because we felt like they've been essential artistic steps for an artist. It was a chart-topping album, too.
Yeah, and it was also Grammy nominated.
Graham won the Grammy for
Yeah.
Best Traditional Jazz Album when it came out.
So, like, on the one hand, we could include it for those reasons, but also, I'm just going to tell you right now, if we include it, it will be my number 6.
Well, that's
So-
just tossing the stuff out there, though.
Jeez, spoiler.
Wow, just exactly.
So I don't know if
yeah.
we should bother, because
Well,
it's
well,
like,
let's before anything else, special guest Michael Kaluzny. where are you stand on this? You're the Gaga aficionado.
It's difficult to say. I think it is maybe more Tony's album than it is Lady Gaga's. It was released on Columbia Records, which is not Lady Gaga's record label,
That
Interscope.
doesn't do a lot for me, but yeah.
But that means it was more his thing than hers.
She's still credited on it. She
I
still
know.
got the Grammy for it at the end of the
However,
day. Yeah.
I would include it considering the amount of effort she put into it. She put in all of the same effort that she would for any other album that she's put out, including a tour, including press. The way that she just sort of transforms herself
Right.
for each era, she did the same for Cheek to Cheek. So I think she would include it considering the 100%ness that she gave.
Yeah.
She really gave it her all. She wasn't hawking Born This Way during the Cheek to Cheek era.
No, she was not.
That's true.
Admittedly.
Or
Yeah.
Art
Yeah.
Pop, excuse me.
Yeah.
It was all
Right,
cheek
she
to cheek.
finished Art Pop.
Yeah.
The hair was different.
All right.
So
I mean, well, then argument solved at that point. You know what? I am personally, I think we should include it. I think there is a lot to discuss in terms of artistic merit because I really feel like it's pivotal on that way. In that case, great. We got 6 albums. We got the Fame Monster, Born This Way, Art Pop, Cheek to Cheek, and Joanne. 6 albums, 6 spots, number 1 through 6, worst to best. Hey, Michael. Hi. How you
Hello.
doing? It's great to have you here.
I'm excited.
Oh,
Very excited.
Speaking of adopting characters, yes, it's exciting.
sorry.
Were the paparazzi outside? I forgot to ask. So, hey, listen, number 6. And we're going to talk about it as we always do. We have an open mind. We're going to hear arguments. We're going to debate as we always do. So, Michael, I'm going to toss it to you. What would you nominate as the worst Lady Gaga album?
ARTPOP.
Yeah, Art Pop.
Art Pop.
All right, let's
Art
talk
Pop.
a little bit about Art Pop before we get into the argument. All right, so Art Pop came out at this pivotal time because Born This Way was this huge. It was a massive success. It had one of her a giant number 1 single off it, her 3rd straight consecutive nomination for Album of the Year at the Grammys. Like it was kind of a mess. I think we'll get into that in a little bit. But basically, she kind of took in her dance pop to more of an inspirational place after kind of exploring the partiness of the Fame and the dark side of it with the Fame Monster. And now all of a sudden with Art Pop, for whatever reason, she thought that wasn't enough. Like, I feel like with art pop, this is something where after creating and moving forward with all these trends, she then suddenly had to follow them. One of her, like, cool things, like Madonna back in the day, Madonna always had an ear for picking out, like, new upcoming talent in terms of producers to, like, help expand her sound into new directions. And this is the first time where she ever kind of succumbed to the trends of the day. She hired Zed. Zed had, who had the dance spot, or the electric EDM producer. He had a huge say across a lot of this album. And as
Right,
such...
and she was already having hits at this point.
Exactly. And so that's why this album, it has this kind of technicolor blandness of the production. So many of the songs together just kind of occupy the same sonic textures and space. And even with the lesser moments of Born This Way, like, they're at least distinct. I could at least tell them apart. And here, this is kind of this one blah of synths and beats and other stuff like that.
Agreed. 100%, yes.
Okay. I mean, what was your... I mean, you were the big-ass, hardcore Lady Gaga fan since...
Right, and
day
I lived
one.
through it. I trudged through the mud.
Yeah, so, like, but you were excited about... you were excited about art pop,
Oh,
though, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
With each album she puts out, I clear the slate and pretend that she's perfect again. Right. I just want to give her a good chance.
Yeah.
When each new album comes out.
So, what was ultimately, when you heard art pop, what was it like for you? What was... Yeah.
Just great. I loved it.
Yeah, okay.
Still do. Still number 6. It took a while for it to grow on me. The plasticness of it was at its forefront, and I could tell that there were a lot of tracks that came to her instead of her having much of a say in them. Where if you watch behind the scenes footage of every album being made, you can see her getting some say in production for anything that she's done before, but. This time it was a lot of other people making Gaga music for Lady Gaga.
Oh, okay. And I can see that.
So she was receiving beats as opposed to making them with
the producers in question.
That seemed to be what
That makes a little bit more sense. Well, because also I just feel like this album is just so artificial. Like, the thing is, like, she, in her last 3 albums, were dance pop albums outright, but she was able to infuse them with, kind of clever, modern, twists on, various tropes, or sometimes played into those tropes. Then she, has a dark song like Bad Romance. She was never Katy Perry, and she would never have the number of number 1 singles Katy Perry had, because she wasn't really accessible, because Born This Way and, Bad Romance, these are, like, complicated songs. These are, like, different layers, like, multi-level, kind of like, peeks into her insight. So as such, art pop, like, you don't need to add art into pop music. You were already doing that just fine. So calling attention to that kind of, limits what you're able to do.
Yeah, exactly. That was why the conceit of this album was so obnoxious, is because, like, you've been making art pop from the very beginning. Like, your lyrics are, like, pretty obtuse about, there are biblical themes and some lyrics that, like, maybe don't totally click, but they're very poetic.
Yeah.
And so you're already, like, building these worlds, and you're getting messages across. So then when you get to this record, and it's just like, it's art for the sake of art's sake and not for the sake of pop's sake, and I think it suffers from that.
Where everything else sort of felt like before art pop, it was an artist making pop music. That's the reason I dug so deep into her instead of her contemporaries like Katy Perry,
Rihanna,
exactly. Exactly, they were pop musicians making pop music, and it's fun every once in a while. But I really dug deep into Lady Gaga because she was an artist. She had a very clear, concise message. She would have very conceptual pieces that were just sort of coincidentally put into pop songs.
Right. Mm-hmm. But then you have the fucking opening track of Aura, which has this nice little guitar line that just turns to this warped ass...
So I will say, in Aura's defense, I didn't love it at first. And then this week I was doing research and I saw that one of the co-producers was Infected Mushroom.
Yeah.
Which is this, I forget which country they're from specifically, but they're like a Middle Eastern
heavy
trippy electronic trio. I don't know, that sort of makes me like it more because it's not, instead of looking at it as a, like, expecting pop from this album, which is obnoxious because it's literally in the title, art pop. But if you stop expecting pop from this album and expect like experimental techno,
Craziness? Yeah.
then I kind of liked it
Well,
a little bit more.
if she kept with that conceit, that would have been one thing. I actually dig the song Art Pop because it just kind of like, it feels so different from everything else on the album. It feels like
It's
kind
so
of
much
this like
calmer.
Yeah, it's calmer and like it's moody and it's sensual in a way that Do What You Want is not sensual. Do What You Want, keep in mind her R. Kelly duet or Christina Aguilera because they wanted it to chart higher duet. Like that one is like, it's a genuine pop song. It's just a very simple beat, kind of like reverb,
but it's
cut up
such a
synths.
good
Yeah.
beat.
It really is.
Yeah, and like it was great. But the thing is that like every time she always had these moments on her previous albums of like poking out like, by the way, here's kind of a Blondie-ish song I'm gonna do now, and here's kind of a country-ish song I'm gonna do now. Like she always had to like spoke outside of her genre. Here on this album, I don't know what the fuck is going on. When she gets the ballad is dope. I love you more than dope. I'm like,
Well, and that's, I mean, she's
on.
always been an incredible singer, which I had sort of discounted in my memory, and
Mm-hmm.
then listening to the Fame again, I was like, oh, even when they have auto-tune turned up way too high, she sounds amazing. Like, she's
Yeah.
always been an incredible vocalist.
True.
And then as the years went on, she learned how to use, like, pronunciation more, and, like, she started playing with the way that she just, like, formed sounds, and it really, like, changes the effect of a lot of the songs.
You're talking about the song Applause.
Sure.
Right.
For example, but like, and I think that's part of why Tony Bennett knew that she could do this big Broadway thing, was because she clearly had the chops to do it, and she knows how to pronounce that way.
Yeah.
And sometimes she just does a straight up pop vocal.
Also-
She's a
But
vocal
so that's-
chameleon.
Yeah.
But then sometimes because she's such a vocal chameleon, she takes it like way too
Way too
far.
far, yeah.
And you're just
Which
like,
I love.
Yeah, but honestly, Applause, I hate that Applause was a hit. I really do. That is, I mean, aside from all her, like, self-referential critical stuff, and then
sometimes
suddenly
I'm the
the Kuntz, and suddenly the Kuntz is me. And, like, shut the fuck up, honestly.
For those who don't know,
Girl,
Kuntz is the
stop.
artist who made the giant statue that is
The
the
cover.
cover of Art Pop.
Ugh, anyway.
Jeff Koons.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a human. But listen, I personally would agree with you. I would be totally okay with throwing Art Pop at the last slot. Taran?
So the only reason that I would put
Cheek
Cheek
to
to
Cheek.
Cheek below Art Pop is just because it is a sound that I have heard my entire life, done by everyone.
Your mom's gonna love this album.
And yes, she sounds great, but they don't bring anything new to these songs.
See-
and so for me, it just doesn't, like, yes, it's fun to hear Lady Gaga performing in this style, but I just, like, with a few exceptions, like, I really love Cheek to Cheek, this song.
Yeah.
And I think that her vocal performance on Lush Life
Their
is
solo
fucking
song.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably one of her best performances
Ever.
Ever. Yeah.
And so for that, in that sense, it is, like, worthwhile. It's worth listening to if you're a fan. But then when you get to But Beautiful or Firefly or
garbage.
just, or like Nature Boy.
Nature Boy's fine.
And like,
Nature Boy is
Yeah.
not fine.
I've been,
It's not fine.
I've been
when David Bowie covers it, that is it. That is done.
yeah. And I've also been in Anything Goes, so like I really don't need to hear another version of this. And so
Name
I'm-
drop.
Well, okay, but here's
in that sense, I'm just like, it don't mean a thing. Like everyone who has been in any sort of like
Doo-wop,
difficult
doo-wop, doo-wop,
choir
doo-wop,
has
doo-wop.
performed that in high school. I
Feels very show
respect
choir.
it. I respect it in the course correction it did for her career. I think it was a smart move, but I don't ever need to listen to it again.
All
Whereas
right,
there
here's-
are things in Art Pop that I legitimately
Like,
enjoy.
there are things, but here's the thing I would say about this, though. The thing is that, like, and I don't need to read other critics, because as we all well know, I reviewed every one of her non-cheek-to-cheek albums for Pop Matters, and I'm quoted extensively in her Wikipedia page. And apparently, and listen, this is the only time I'm pulling this card, and apparently there's even been, like, some books that come out that are just, like, reprints or repurposing the Wikipedia pages, so I'm quoted in some books about that.
Cool.
I know, I don't
Nice.
fucking get it. But here's the thing. The one thing, I read another critic, Stephen Thomas Sturwine of AllMusic. He had a really nice thing about Cheek to Cheek. He says, this is one of the, because Standards albums come out dime a dozen. There's going to be about 10 that come out every year.
That's what I'm saying.
Half of them by Michael Bublé. But this is one where genuinely, the thing that makes it work is the fact that you have two personalities here, two very distinct personalities that override the songs. Like, the songs are there. Like, these are just standards on there. But when you hear Gaga just fully get into it, and just the way her voice, like, ascends and, warbles at the right times, and just, like, it's all over the place.
Sometimes she's a little shrill on
A little bit. I'll admit that, yes,
when
exactly.
When she's going, like, full, all the way up there belting, it's like, there are a few where I'm like, I think you could have used a better take.
But Tony still sounds solid as hell.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
And then you put on Sophisticated Lady, and he sounds like a turd.
Oh, that's slightly fair.
Turdy Bennett.
Slightly fair.
He sounds really bad on that song. There are some, like, straight up flat moments, and he's like, his age shows. And that's something I will say for this album. For the most part, and I think part of it is because Gaga has such a youthful energy that you don't notice Tony's age for a lot of these tracks, and then on Sophisticated Lady, it's...
I don't know if it's fair to mention Tony's solo performances on that album, but I would say that considering his age, I really appreciated the inclusion of Don't Wait Too Long, which...
and the expanded...
It really gave a feeling to the album.
Oh.
Where, I mean, Don't Wait Too Long, I think the most famous version of it is Frank Sinatra's, which, it's Frank Sinatra. You're not gonna...
Yeah,
you're not gonna
unseat the king,
Exactly.
But I also love, like, during the tour, too, like, they also just brought out a whole bunch of other shit. Like, we saw this one clip, it's on her YouTube channel, of her doing, like, red jacket, black hair as a cover of Bang Bang, He Shot Me Down.
That's on the deluxe edition, too.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, okay.
And she sounds fucking amazing on that, too.
Exactly.
Even though that's another song where I'm like, this has been covered so many fucking times. Like, I'm just over it. And that's part of the thing here, is while I understand that they're doing, like, a covers album of standards, there are some standards that have been covered to death, and they picked, like, 4 of those.
Taran's 2-word review of the Cheek to Cheek, over it.
I would also, since you brought up the deluxe edition, I will say that I really enjoy Goody Goody, which is a track where Tony sings the whole thing, and then Gaga is just like...
Cute little interludes, which during her
just,
live performances were so cringeworthy.
Oh, I'm sure.
They were terrible, and you could see Tony's age and his lack of response, where Gaga might get a little flirty with him, and Tony would just kind of stare straight into the crowd, no reaction.
I love it. All right, well, in that case, can we say our pop number 6, Cheek to Cheek number 5?
No. I mean, I guess if you guys outvote me, but I think that art pop has a lot of fun stuff on it. Like, I've really gotten into sex dreams this week. Donatella and fashion is, like, goofy fun.
Yeah, fashion was more fun than I want to. I don't want to enjoy it, but I do enjoy it.
It's Guetta and will.i.am who know how to make fun pop music, and so it just, like, grooves.
But then, the reason why we're putting art pop at number fucking 6 is because Cheek to Cheek does not have Jewels and Drugs on there. Okay,
that's a valid point.
So,
I think if you get the deluxe edition of Cheek to Cheek, there is a rap by Twista, and it's pretty solid.
Wait.
You mean it's
You're
not
kidding,
a regular
I'm
edition?
absolutely kidding.
Yeah,
I'm 100%.
How did I miss that? I want Twista rapping on a Tony Bennett song. That sounds amazing.
Please bring up my dear friend Twisted. So yeah,
Okay,
I've been generally
fine. No, Jewels and Drugs is like the worst garbage
ever.
And
It sounds like it was beamed in from another shittier album from a shitty universe.
I will say, the Twistiverse is good.
Yeah, doesn't redeem jack shit.
But the chorus, Gaga's entire part is hot garbage, and
the hottest
other verses
garbage
are bad. Too Short
It
is
is
a terrible
molten hot
rapper.
garbage. I will say this song is tolerable listened to as an instrumental.
No, not even that.
I will give DJ White Shadow props for making a decent hip hop song. And
Hip hap song.
It's a great
Alright.
hip-hop song. I picked up this album at Target, and it's all right.
I don't even know what this accent is. I'm loving it though.
Thank you.
That being said, I mean,
Okay, fine. Let's put art pop at
Alright.
6. Let's stop talking about it.
Okay,
That's-
then,
that's
I'm
fair.
very much
Bless
okay.
you.
All right, so in that case, though, we've already selected our number 6. We've already selected our number 5. In that
Yeah.
case, Taran,
Uh-huh.
how you doing?
I'm okay.
Good,
Yeah,
great.
I'm good.
Hey, so when it comes to picking up the number 4,
Oh, this is really hard.
yeah, for me, and I'll be honest, in my mind, it's pretty clear at this point.
Okay, you go then.
Okay. If you go onto Michael's Facebook page, assuming he allows you as a friend, he had hats made at one point, pink hats that actually said "Make Joanne Great Again." And I don't know exactly the intent on it. I hope he expounds upon it, but for me, it has to be Joanne.
It's because I'm an artist.
Okay. Thank you, Gaga. Yeah, my pick is Joanne. And it's not because... I would say that we're in kind of like mixed territory at this point. I think anything you could have said for number 4 in some way or another, depending on who you are...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right,
Is
exactly.
that, like, I feel like these other 4, none of them are perfect.
Mhm.
And there's great things to be found
Yes.
all across the board here.
Yes.
Which is why, yeah, you know, I understand the argument for Joanne. It again, has grown on me a lot this week. I totally dismissed it on first
Right.
listen. You know, I went through, because it's not what we were
better fucking art
expecting
pop.
from Lady Gaga. But
Right.
it also is exactly what we told Gaga we wanted her to do, and we still didn't like it.
We want authenticity. Where's the dance music?
Right.
Right, exactly. So, like, she can't win no matter what she does at this point.
Right, and
But-
I think and it's one of those things where, like, she kind of tries to have it both ways, where in many ways you look at the cowboy hat, you look at her doing the big old Super Bowl,
you
like,
look at,
it's
you
kind
look
of...
at her doing a big country ballad with a Carrie Underwood co-writer, and
Yeah. Like, it's basically like, it's her doing a country album, but she still makes it not a country album. She still, like, has songs like Ayo and, you know, kind of like that, you know, the
Dancing
Perfect
in
Illusion, other things
Circles.
like that aren't country. Like, it's still kind of like her version of country, kind of, but not really, to a degree. So,
Yeah.
like,
City
it's-
Girl visits a
See,
rural.
it's less country and more just guitar genres.
Yeah.
Like, any sound that you could do with guitars besides, like, metal.
It wasn't love! It wasn't love! It was a perfect illusion! If I can find it, I will find a way to insert John Harvey, former guest of the podcast, his version
Oh my
of...
God, put it as the tag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
His version of...
He sounds
yeah.
straight up like... because she pronounces that so Broadway, which
Yeah.
is so
Oh, and
obnoxious.
it absolutely.
But-
that's one of the main reasons, and,
And so
it becomes slightly
Yeah.
unlistenable.
He sounds like the Duke from Moulin Rouge when he does it.
It
We'll
wasn't
play it for you
love.
after the podcast.
But also, can we briefly talk about, for a second though, this will lead back to something that comes up a lot during Gaga's career. Like, I would argue, I think all of us would agree that she is an artist. She has very clear artistic intent. But she is also, and we need to be real about this here, a pretty good rip-off artist, too.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Evan, you're being reductive.
So, speaking of reductive, can we talk about how Perfect Illusion, it sounds like a Stevie Nicks interpretation of whatever the fuck that other song is. That sounds like it.
You mean the Madonna song?
I got Papa Don't Preach out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably
exactly,
Don't Preach.
yeah.
I'm keeping my baby.
Was a perfect illusion.
You know, it's only the exact same hook.
Exactly.
I will-
Yeah, that's not the first time it's happened.
I
Yeah.
will say though that Perfect Illusion, the verses are terrible. The verses are bad. It's a bad melody.
I
It's
just want
just
you alone.
It's wrong.
it's
wrong.
It's wrong. Right. It's you
it just
shouldn't
keeps
have-
descending. It just
should-
keeps descending.
Right,
yeah.
Both melodically and interest-wise.
Whereas like for Perfect Illusion, when you get to the last like minute after the
When she does the key change. Yeah.
Oh.
and then like just the outro where she's like, "It was a perfect illusion." I love that part.
That I was hoping you were gonna love that because that's her diva moment that
Yeah.
I needed out of Joanne.
yeah.
But yeah, and that's the thing too, where like, and again, this is one of the things where it just is all over the goddamn
It's really all over the
place.
place.
Because there's like that I'm not a fan of. I mean, and of course, obviously, Hey Girl continues the fine tradition of ripping off Benny and the Jets, which is
Can we not talk about
classic.
Hey Girl?
You don't want to talk about
We
it?
shouldn't.
That goes the government.
Also, Gaga described Florence Welch as one of the best vocalists doing it right now, and I was like,
Oh,
she
boy.
is a vocalist.
I mean, love me
she
some
has
Florence
a powerful
Welch.
voice.
Sure,
She
sure.
is not technically talented.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, but she did that Calvin Harris song.
and
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Points back for
that was-
Alright.
Florence
that was one
Welch.
of
Go
the
back to
best
the score
parts, for sure.
But there are people that are kind of disagree with it. I think like it sounds kind of placid by itself.
I
Go
will
ahead.
say, so she has 3 songs on here that she co-wrote with Hillary Lindsey, who also co-wrote "Jesus Take the Wheel"
By Carrie
My favorite song.
among many other like number
the whole
one
lyrics
country
tattooed on your
hits.
back, right?
And so those songs are "Ayo," "Million Reasons."
It was a bonus track, right?
Oh, and a bonus track.
Was it
Grigio
Grigio Girl?
It was Grigio
Yeah,
Girl.
Grigio
Grigio
Yeah.
Girls, which, by the way, best worst song on that album. I hate that song so much.
yeah.
Really?
I love that song so much little.
I
Yeah,
really
exactly.
do. It was one of those songs that I hated so much that I just started to love it, and
Right.
it's sunk
Yeah, it's
in.
been there.
Ooh.
Yeah, but honestly, here's the thing: A Million Reasons is kind of a placid ballad.
She's so proud of that song, though.
I
you can tell.
I dig that though. Like it is from that proud country tradition of just kind of extended metaphors.
She's just crooning.
Give me one
Yeah.
reason to.
And again, her
Right.
vocals sound great.
And
Yeah,
It's
she
one of the
performed it
only
during the Super Bowl. yeah.
Exactly. It's one of the only Lady Gaga singles that Karen from Finance talks to me about. I heard that song on the radio.
Oh, by the way, Karen from Finance.
That
and
Lady
Mystery
Gaga
Girl,
song.
Exactly.
She's talented.
But she pronounces
Oh, is she?
She pronounces it Lady Gaga, right?
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, of course. And so that's the thing. Like this album, there are moments that work, but here's the thing.
Oh,
there's not a-
also, fun fact, Beck co-wrote Dancing in Circles.
Another song
which
about
is
masturbation.
so
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Beck.
Yeah.
Beck, the Scientologist Beck.
Yeah, not Father John Misty Crazy Guy who wrote other songs
I mean,
on here.
so Dancing in Circles, also fun fact, her third song to reference touching herself.
Sure.
She's got So Happy I Could Die, Sex Dreams, and Dancing in Circles, all about
I think she might
masturbation.
masturbate.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just
It's
maybe putting
possible.
that out there.
You know-
Gaga.
wait, did you know that she also smokes marijuana?
What?
Look.
And it
Allegedly.
it featured
Allegedly.
Actually, she talked about it extensively.
And
on
Attorney
her
General Jeff
interview
Sessions quoted
with-
her
I
as
have
saying, "I'm
never-
addicted to marijuana." And that's why he's against marijuana.
I
Right,
would
'cause
never
Gaga's
stand
addicted.
for an artist who smokes
Name
drugs.
Listen. Name
Or
one,
alcohol.
Name one artist who smoked drugs that we remember today. Name one. You can't do it. You
No,
can't.
they're all
do
dead.
it. Yeah. Like Tony Bennett and his reanimated corpse, singing all of Cheek to Cheek.
That wax figurine was lifelike.
iTunes, Spreaker. Guys,
I
go
will
ahead.
say though on Joanne, probably the strongest moment is the two Father John Misty co-writes together. For
Sinner's
me,
Prayer?
I really like Sinner's Prayer.
It's a grower.
It's a grower. It's
Not
a
a
grower,
show.
and it's just a classic. It's not a hymn, but you get what I'm meaning. Like it's a
Yeah.
classic. It's a classic structure that she brings her own little thing to, and then Come to Mama.
Here's the thing. When I look at Joanne, there isn't a song on here that I'm just like, I don't like. There's songs that I enjoy or whatever, but Come to Mama, this big old brassy, kind of show number, just feels great. Like, I'm like, fuck yeah, Gaga. Like, this feels so much like you. I'm very surprised it's taken you this long to get here. And it's something that she wouldn't have
Yeah.
been able to do without Cheek to Cheek.
Right.
100%.
Well, and it's this thing. It's a song that wouldn't have fit on any of her albums earlier at all.
No.
It really she had to have Joanne to do that, and
Yeah.
so. But I really dig it. I mean, again, she sounds phenomenal. She always sounds phenomenal. I should probably just stop saying that.
Exactly.
But-
Jules
I'm thinking that the Britpop influences are what I really connected to, because Mark Ronson is so on this album, and you would
Yeah.
expect him, because he's transformed so far from where he started. Now he's this hit maker that you employ specifically to get you a #1 album or song.
Well, after he did Bruno Mars's fucking...
It was yeah, exactly. Uptown Funk.
Which is
and it's
it's
over.
interesting that he has that reputation though, because the rest of the album that Uptown Funk came from was not good.
No.
And And I don't love his production on Joanne.
He's not a great.
I feel like Joanne could be in better album with changing only the executive producer.
But specifically, Come to Mama, it feels like one of my favorite Mark Ronson album is Version from 2007.
Right,
yeah, which it's
Stop
so
me
Britpoppy,
if
and I love it, and I think Come to Mama might even belong on there if it were a cover of something, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
And of course, he was responsible for, of course, the best non-album track that Amy Winehouse ever did.
Absolutely, Valerie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I forgot that he did Valerie.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know who did Valerie before her, and I don't.
But it didn't matter because after that happened,
matter.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
It's an
definitive
Amy
edition.
Winehouse
Right.
song. Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to say my absolute favorite song on Joanne, Diamond Heart. I think it has the vigor. I think it has the grit that I love out of Lady Gaga. It has this like fire and
Michael is
anger.
squeezing his hand as he's
I
talking
am.
about
I
this.
am. I have a koosh ball in my hand. I have the Art Pop Kuntz ball, mirror ball in my hand. It's glowing red hot.
Luminous blue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just, it has that fire, and it got me so excited for Joanne, and then it felt like this downhill.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a quick downhill fun roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
It was, hey, here's more songs.
And that's the thing, even like John Wayne, like the writing on I actually like the writing on it. It just feels like, for whatever reason, like I understand like this need to have, you want a man's man or whatever, like it's a great drive. I think she just gets a little bit too much in her head, like she did with all of Art Pop and other things like that. So that being said though, can we all agree, surprisingly, on Joanne at number 4?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I got off easy because I got to do the easy thing of being like, hey, this is my number 4 pick, which is pretty obvious. Now, are you ready for this? Michael. Michael!
There's gonna be some real...
Number 3!
Ooh.
Is there going to be blood on the dance floor?
There could very well be.
Okay, Michael, this is it. We're down to the Fame. We're down to the Fame monster. We're down to Born This Fame. Now, the question is... Number 3, what do you nominate?
The Fame. I'm sorry, guys. The suspense. Oh, the suspense.
I don't know how to feel about it, because that's the thing, is like, for me, the Fame is like, it's not totally her yet.
Right.
It's
right.
It's very Red One. It's very record label.
Exactly. You could hear parts of her coming from her brief sign at Def Jam Records, like in Paper Gangsta.
Yeah.
A song that is so outside, Jewels and Drugs.
Yeah. But honestly, like, here's the thing. Like, this is a dance pop album because I think anyone that's casually listening to the Chartographers, why would you? But anyone that listens to the Chartographers, you would know, what Just Dance sounds like. You know what Poker Face sounds like. You know these things. They know, these big, joyous, explosive, instant classic dance pop singles that come out. There's other songs on here. There's, of course, Love Game, another song about riding a disco stick.
AA, probably another one of her greats. I'm sorry. Just an opinion.
Okay,
The thing is, Love Game is like not a good song, but I listen to it all the time.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
At least once a month, probably. I'm like,
I love game. I love game.
Right. It's good. It's a good song to have that imaginary, like, gorgeous hunk of a human being that you could like throw in a booth at the CTA and just start like steaming up the windows with. It's in the music video.
This is such a specific fantasy. I love it. But here's the thing. We have these things.
Booths?
We
CTA?
A CTA
I've
booth.
been to a CTA booth, guys.
Oh, cool.
Chicago reference. But here's the thing. Like, the moments that really strike to me about the Fame, because I still enjoy those dance pop moments. I could even enjoy Paparazzi sometimes. Like, I have mixed feelings about it. But, like, the Fame, the song, kind of this big old, like, B-52 style kind of rock number, and then you have this goddamn Summer Boy, which sounds like a Blondie song, basically.
I love Summer Boy.
That's okay. That's all right. I don't love it.
Yeah.
You love Boys, Boys.
My rationale here with putting the Fame where it's at is I think that the highs on the remaining 3 albums are all very high, and we need to judge these last 3 based off of the lows on the Fame monster going this way. And I think the lows on the Fame just dip a little lower than their
Beautiful,
competitors.
dirty, rich, dirty.
See, I like that song too.
I do too, and I have a nostalgic connection with every single one of these songs.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, the
Pathetic
thing is
as it may be.
that, like,
you're just starstruck. I get it. You know.
Oh my god. See, that's the other thing. Is that, like, I get that it's 2008, but oh my god, turn the fucking autotune off. Like, she's phenomenal. She's
a great
need
vocalist.
it. And so that's part of why, like, Starstruck and Paper Gangsta aren't terrible songs, but they, like, it annoys me while I'm listening to them. I'm just like, because it's so blippy.
And why I fell so hard for it was I imagined her, and it was later revealed this is true. This is her pretending that she is this dumb idiot pop star who only cares about money and boys, and she just wants fame. And it was I considered it like a performance art piece, and that's why I liked it so much. And
there's a part of me that sees that, and a part of me that also feels like that's giving her way too much credit too.
Right, because also this is what all pop songs were about in the 2000s.
I think she curated this personality for herself that
and she did.
It was so obvious that I mean, now that you look back at Lady Gaga versus her, you know, a year before that, her being Stephanie Germanotta, brunette even, that's a big difference.
Okay. That's a big difference sonically, her hair color.
Absolutely.
But then also, honestly, I know Taran's not as big a fan. I like Brown Eyes, too. Like, that, again...
It is a good song.
Absolutely. It points her towards the directions that she goes on later. But, you know, now that we've debated it, because when you said it was controversial, I think I might be on the Fame train for number 3.
I think we should
discuss.
I think we should talk about the other albums first.
Okay. All right.
I mean, okay, no, you're right. No, let's just lock it in, because I will also say that none of the hits on here are as good as the hits on the other 2 that we have left. So.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, we've been doing some pretty good progress on this. I'm actually very excited right now. The Fame. Well, let's just do a brief recap here. Number 6, Art Pop. Number 5, Cheek to Cheek with Tony Bennett. Number 4, Joanne. Number 3, The Fame, leaving a brutal glitter-strewn disco ball duke out with The Fame Monster and Born This Way. All right, so before we even talk about rankings, let's talk about the albums in sequential order. Let's talk about The Fame Monster. Now, The Fame Monster was preceded by a little song called Bad Romance, and Taran and I were discussing it the other day. We think it might go down as one of the most iconic pop singles of the last 10 years.
Ever. One of the most iconic pop singles ever.
Because this was the moment when she was like, she was already, I mean, she had number 1s before, like, she was famous, and for whatever reason, Bad Romance, I can't remember what kept her away from number 1. It was like number 2 on the charts for like goddamn
for
ever.
like 9 weeks or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
But the thing is that it felt like a number 1 because here was chorus upon chorus upon chorus, like three choruses that would sound great in any other artist.
Yeah, that's
but they're in the same song.
Is that it's like it's the structure and BPM of a normal pop song, but it's 5 minutes long because there are 3 choruses that she just stacks on top of each other. And that takes up time.
I want your ugly, I want your disease.
That's a verse.
Exactly.
You know.
But it's still, at the same time though, like, it feels like she's talking about such weird concepts. She's talking about, it's not a love song or anything else like that. It's this very much anti-love song.
The thing,
yeah.
That's why it's also so important to count this as its own entity, is because it's such a stylistic break from The Fame.
Yeah.
Like, The Fame was about what pop songs are about, partying and drinking and being famous and money. And then Fame Monster was suddenly so odd on every different track. It has its own little weird twist to it.
It was her evolution as an artist, and her new statement she needed to make was, along the journey to fame, I've encountered these monsters, and she wrote each song as a tribute to these monsters that she had. There was addiction with So Happy I Could Die.
To masturbating?
To masturbating.
Right.
Correct.
It is the Satan, idle hand, Satan, you know.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Hairy palms. But there was the literal song Monster, the monster of men. Each song had a connection to
Telephone, her fear of telephones.
Exactly. I think it was her fear.
Rotary! Oh my god!
Her fear of Beyonce.
Of Beyonce.
It's a healthy fear. It's
Wait, listen, if Beyonce showed up on your phone and you held it up on ID, you'd be like,
I will say that...
I shit my pants just thinking about it.
While we're on the concept of telephone, I think that it's definitely worth noting that this was still basically Sasha Fierce era for Beyonce.
Correct.
And then after collaborating with Gaga, who co-wrote everything on all of her albums and had this like huge artistic vision, she fired her dad and put out 4 and started also
Beyonce.
being her own artist. And honestly, at this point, doing it better than Gaga. But like, I think that was collaborating with Gaga was a big moment for her in that.
Well, I also find it interesting that they collaborated on 2 songs, and Gaga clearly walked away with the better of the 2, of Telephone versus Video Phone.
No, Video Phone was a remix.
That's true, but I thoroughly enjoy Video Phone featuring Lady Gaga. Obviously not as much as Telephone. You are absolutely right. Telephone is...
Here's what I love about Telephone, because when we talk about Lady Gaga, of course, we're talking about the visual elements, beyond the meat dress and everything else like that. Her music videos, for the most part, are pretty visually epic, crazy things that are just delightful and rewatchable many times over. And Telephone has such an epic scope for just this cheesy, cartoonishly evil and wonderful music video that you keep forgetting it's a song about not wanting to pick up your phone when you clubbing.
Right. The video has literally nothing to do.
It has terrible lyrics like,
video?
sometimes I feel like I live in Grand Central Station.
Or, I can't text you with a drink in my hand,
I know, and it's one of the things, like, these are terrible lyrics, but I love the fuck out of it. Like, it's presented so well.
It's
really
also her
is.
only Dark Child song.
Yeah.
Which I think is notable.
It is, absolutely it is. But the music video for it, it just causes the song to transcend.
Yes.
And, all of the awful advertising in the...
Yeah.
There's Virgin Mobile.
Did you get a Virgin Mobile?
There's Miracle Whip.
Did you get a Miracle Whip?
I did get a Miracle Whip. A whole jar of it. And I still have it.
I should probably throw it away, but you know what? Not until Gaga dies. That's the pledge I made to her.
I'm waiting for Telephone Part 2.
Okay.
Oh, right, because it says to be continued at the end.
It sure
Let's be honest, though.
Where's the next
Little
part?
bit of credit to Quentin Tarantino for Gaga sitting down and explaining the content of the video, and him being like, you should borrow the pussy wagon from Kill Bill, and just gives it to her, and then they use it in the video. And I like that was really cool.
he gave it. She gave it back.
Yeah,
legendary.
exactly. Yeah.
It was already.
That's its own thing.
legendary.
But you said you wanted to go ahead and judge the Fame Monster against its weakest moments, which I think is a fair thing.
Right.
And I would say there are some. And honestly, I know.
Alejandro.
Yeah, honestly, Alejandro, like that chorus would probably sound better sung by Shakira, and I mean that.
Sure.
Because like it just feels like kind of that open air style of song. It just feels weirdly
It's
un-Gaga.
that, like, it's that almost Caribbean beat thing happening.
Yeah.
And it's just, the back half of this is so incredible to me that when you have
the song Monster,
Alejandro and Monster right next to each other, it's kind of
you're like,
it's a little rough.
Monster might be the weakest point on the
absolutely.
Fame Monster.
legitimately, exactly.
Yeah.
But then again,
My favorite lyric from Monster is, "We might have fucked, not really sure, don't quite recall, but something tells me that I've seen him. Yeah, that boy's a monster." Oh, so you have
no evidence.
No
You have
basis.
no basis.
You
Right.
don't even remember who this guy is. He might have put his dick in you, but you're not sure.
She has so many.
And,
all right.
and he's the monster here.
She has more dicks than a Richard convention. Okay.
You are not the father.
So, but here's the other thing. Speechless is like, that's like her, like, again, like her giving in hard to her influences, which she does sometimes. Like, let me do a fucking Queen song. I'm like, good on you, girl. Teeth? Oh, Teeth.
Oh, Teeth is so fucking epic.
Yeah.
It took me so long to get into it. It took me so long, but the second I got into it, I was deep.
Yeah.
It was deep.
He was teeth deep.
It sunk his teeth
It was
in.
like back in the molars, that far.
Story of my life. I'm glad we're having this discussion, guys. So that being said, I feel like, the thing is, I feel like the Fame Monster is, even with those few weaker moments, it feels like, even in 8 songs, feels like a much more definitive artistic statement. But then we run into the far more ambitious Born This Way. And before we...
Album of the century. Her quote, not mine.
Oh, okay.
Shut up, Gaga. Here's the thing I'll say about Born This Way is that I think we could go in and say it's going to have, because there's more songs, there are going to be more weaker moments on there. That just goes without saying. But I can't fault some of those weaker moments against its ambitions, because Born This Way is a very ambitious album. Still has the worst fucking cover art of all time. Where she's...
Which version, though, are you talking about?
The motorcycle one.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
no,
when it was announced that was the cover, I was for a while like, ha! Oh, she's fucking serious?
Sure.
She's a face of a motorcycle?
I like the deluxe cover where it's just a close-up
Just
of
her
her face.
Yeah.
And she's just, like, screaming. I love that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, no,
like,
the
yeah.
motorcycle is bad. It's
I
really
like Nick Knight, the photographer who did it. He's a weirdo, and
Yeah.
I was into it. I bought it.
I didn't like the font either.
No,
though,
it
I'll
looked
be
like
real.
a fucking
it was a preset. It was a Photoshop preset. That fucking the
That
effect.
font?
Yeah, the
Oh,
font, the effect that they applied to it. Woof.
Woof. I would say.
Yeah,
But that being said, there were a lot of things on here. And the thing is that Born This Way it's confusing and it's overambitious, I think is a fair way to describe it. Which I don't mind necessarily. Because here, again, it's your first touch of country with You and I. Kind of this big old stomp clap power ballad.
You and I sometimes just fucking gets to me. Like, that's definitely... It surprises me how fucking good it is every time I hear it.
Yeah.
And it's up there with, like, definitely one of the best things she's ever written.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing about this album is that it's front-loaded for the most part, and then there's, like, a rough middle section, and then the last two songs are, like, two of her best ever.
Yeah, like, listen, at the edge of glory, it should be going to saying, most days of the week, if you ask me what my favorite Gaga song is, going to be The Edge of Glory. That is just... it's a power ballad, then also, like, it's designed for singers, too, which I
Yeah.
love, too. The edge, 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 you know, like, it's so much fun to just, like, sling, up and
Right.
down, yo-yo.
And I
It was
also-
a karaoke masterpiece.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And I fucking love The Edge of Glory. I really do. The only thing, and it's such a tiny complaint, but I really think that the synth break after the first chorus kills the momentum. That, like, bam,
bam, bam,
bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, you can
It's
sort
a
of imagine,
bad-
like, a drum majorette, like, throwing a baton, walking down. Yeah, it's
That's
a
why.
little... It does throw
there's
it
a couple.
little.
There's a couple synth choices
Yeah.
specifically on Born This Way where I'm like, oh, really? Like, another one for me is, and I've never loved this song. This week just cemented it for me. Born This Way, the title track. I fucking hate that. And I'll even say that I think that the second half of the chorus, the ooh, there ain't no other way, the production there is straight up sloppy. I counted today, there are 5 different independently moving synth parts happening.
Yeah.
They're all super fuzzy, and it's just muddy. Like, none of them become the synth hook. There's just a fucking wall of sound happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I
but
think
it's that wall of sound that still marches in rhythm as it gallops along. You know, like
No,
it's a fucking disco song at the end of the day. You know? So,
Also, it's just straight up the melody from
I think it's just...
Express Yourself.
It's
Express
just...
Yourself.
Well, I mean, we've all...
Especially the secondary chorus
heard
at the
that.
end of Express
Yeah.
Yourself.
Yeah.
It is the chorus of Born This Way.
That's
It is
true.
the same melody.
That's
so,
true.
like,
but Michael,
I just love it. I love it so much. It's so good. It's so gay. It's so perfect. And I mean, obviously, everything you said is true about the technical aspects of it, but it's so good.
yeah.
It's
And
just-
listen, like, we're the Chartographers. I mean, we will allow a lot of gay on this show. You know, like, but at the same time,
There's
and
so much gay
There's a
happening
lot of
right
gay
now.
on this. Judas is still one of the worst singles she ever put out.
yes. Ooh.
yes.
And worst choreography ever, too.
Well, we'll get into the video. We'll get into the
That
videos
was-
during
that-
the Happy Hour minisode. Yeah, we'll get into that heavily. But that being
So
said,
bad.
I
So
also
fucking
but there's
bad.
so
So
many
ready to speak on
surprises
that.
on this album here. At the right time of day, I do like Shiza.
Shiza is an absolute...
That's
Yeah.
one that had to
Wonderful.
grow on me because it's fake German.
Yeah.
Those are not German words, besides, like, Fraulein.
But
but
gets German? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, good. That was perfect.
I'm from the Midwest, y'all.
yeah.
But no, I just... Shiza, yes. And Shiza is a straight-up Daft Punk beat. like Homework era Daft Punk, and it fucking hammers you. And that's DJ White Shadow. That's his name.
The Chicago guy.
That's
that they found for Born This
I
Way
would
and other
say
things.
that's one of his best contributions for sure.
Yeah.
Is Scheisse.
And you, of course, are a fan of "Marry the Night."
Oh yes, "Marry the Night's" my favorite Gaga song, hands down. And I think that it has a great upward momentum, and then the breakdown at the end like rivals "Smooth Criminal" for me for like best instrumental break.
Wow.
Like it just fucking, it makes me lose my gay little mind.
Yeah,
That's true.
Every time.
You know, I think on this album, it's not really a talked about song, but the song that I think that defines the album is not Born This Way, it's Highway Unicorn. Because it takes every concept, it's everything about this album.
No!
The art...
I want to hear it.
The cover art is... Basically,
Where's the motorcycle?
it could absolutely be the single cover for Highway Unicorn. The two things that seemed really big on her mind were gay rights and immigration, and it's all put together in that song. You hear it in Americano and Born This Way. Those are big fight songs. They have like they're great beats and they're great pop songs, but they're also very politically charged. And Highway Unicorn kind of sums up the rest of the album in one song.
But
Highway Unicorn is a bad song.
it is. I mean, here's again.
You
like,
can't
I
say
can
that
respect
the outro.
I can respect Highway Unicorn's intentions. It's still shitty
It's
at the
like,
end of the day.
especially when you're comparing it to, there are like a lot of good album tracks on here, and Highway Unicorn is not one of them.
It just sounds like this. It sounds like Gaga live. When you hear her live, she sounds different than she does on her album. Right. She's singing live, but Highway Unicorn, it has that live Gaga feel, and that's what I love about it.
But the other thing is though is that like I feel like there are also moments where she gets weirdly more personal than she does on a couple other things. Like Hair kind of talks about like it's kind of this nice little mid-tempo turns into a fast tempo kind of.
I love Hair. I love the production on Hair. I don't necessarily love the extended metaphor for a 5-minute song.
That's true.
I think maybe like a 3-minute song, but I am a hair, I am a hair, I am a hair, I'm a hair, I am a hair, I am a hair, hair, I am a hair. We fucking get it, Gaga.
Is that your German again? So, but also I would say one of my favorite songs is Bad Kids, actually.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's for worst Gaga song ever.
It's very lacking.
Oh my
It's
god.
lacking.
It is lacking from
I'm a
a
loser, I know that I should be smacked. I don't know. It's just oh my god.
No.
There's something the chorus, the way it builds on there.
So
Yeah.
You can be cool saying all you want. Oh my god, that song fucking got
No.
to. And here's the thing, like you listeners at home right now, you see there's a lot of different opinions about what different people like about Born This Way, and I think that actually speaks to something. Where I feel like in Born This Way, while the Fame Monster is still very much her vision, Born This Way you could argue was her not only trying to do a lot of different things she wanted to do, but I also think was appealing to a lot of different people too, because You and I is far outside of her usual gamut of things.
It's true. Born This Way definitely, even though it was a heavy dance album, it appealed to a much wider audience. Like, I know for a fact that there were multiple like conservative housewives in Wisconsin who were all about this album. Like, they have like a Michael Bublé album, and then they have Born This Way.
Yeah, they haven't bought an album since Shania Twain.
Right, but they bought this.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing is, because then you hear You and I, and you hear The Edge of Glory, you're like, I kind of like her, and even if she gets a little bit crazy sometimes, it's kind of what you expect. Like, it's, accessible in that way, too. And again, when I say Born This Way, especially if you get the deluxe edition, which has about 8 billion more songs, it's like over ambitious.
It has 3 more songs.
It has a Whitney Houston song on it. It has...
What?
Fashion of His Love. That is a Whitney Houston song. There is no way around it.
Yeah. Well, and there's a bunch of other things.
I do like
on
that
there.
one. That's really
it's a good song, and I like that it's a tribute to Alexander McQueen.
But you're totally
fashion
right.
inspiration.
It's
Yeah.
very much it's it's smiley and boppy in a way that Born This Way isn't usually.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels a little more like AA.
So the fact that, like, I dig Bad Kids, and the fact that Michael digs Highway Unicorn, and the fact that, you know, Taran digs, you know, Hair, kind of, sort of, you know, like, and also I'll say I kind of like Heavy Metal Lover, too, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Heavy Metal
It's one of the
Lover
best
is
songs.
solid.
Yeah,
No,
exactly,
it is
yeah.
solid.
Yeah, because it feels like you're just being bombarded by messages, and then there you just want a moment to just enjoy a good
It does bother me that there's like no guitars on it at all.
And it's Heavy Metal
called
Lover.
Heavy Metal.
But you know what? We've gone through other idiosyncrasies like that.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I think we've talked about these albums real quick. I think it's now fair for us to go around the room and all say what we think the number 2 album should be between The Fame Monster
So
and Born This Way. That's all we'll say.
Michael, you go first.
Yeah, say what you think should be number 2.
Born This Way.
Taran.
I was going to agree with that going in, but I'm actually going to say The Fame Monster.
And I'm going to say Born This Way.
Okay.
So, that being said, can we lock it in?
This is tense, but I think so.
Alright, in that case, guys, listen. Number 6 was Art Pop. Number 5 was Cheek to Cheek with Tony Bennett. Number 4 was Joanne. Number 3 was The Fame. Number 2 is Born This Way. And number 1 is Chillin' with Wale, featuring Lady Gaga. I'm
Yes!
kidding. The gay just exploded in this room. Highway Unicorns all around. No, number 1 is The Fame Monster. And so, guys, it was way more tense than I thought it was going to be. Like, it was just like...
It wasn't that tense.
Well,
I feel like we agreed
Exactly. Well, I just wasn't... I went into today genuinely not knowing what was going to be
that's
number
the thing
1.
is that
Same
like,
here.
it's like
Yeah.
4 through 1. We're all just like I could put any
Kinda,
of these
exactly.
at the top.
Yeah, you guys probably could have convinced me in...
And that's-
who am I kidding? Of course not.
That's the thing is like
Yeah.
like I assumed that it was going to be The Fame Monster. Just I mean, for no other reason than Bad Romance, but also just because it's so solid. It's only 8 songs. There's no fat there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a Monster, the
But
song.
but then Born This Way is just so. There's so many fucking good songs on there.
Right, but
It's
you know
true.
what?
It's such a close second.
As you can
Yeah,
see, we've already
it's a really
finished.
close
We've
second.
finished ranking the goddamn things. We clearly have a lot more to say, and that is why we have a happy hour mini-sode in which we're going to talk about worst Gaga song. We're going to talk about worst Gaga video and best Gaga video. We're going to get into all of that and so much goddamn more. In the meantime, though, Michael, thank you for being here. I'm so glad you were here.
I am so happy that I got to make sure that this went correctly.
Because in fact, I wrote a list down beforehand, and it's exactly what it was. I
That's
played
right.
you guys so well. You're all from Sherlock. All right, so guys, listen. And Taran, of course, thank you as always. Taran, for the
You're
record, is wearing
welcome.
sparkle pants in
I am
studio.
wearing sparkly leggings.
Exactly.
Highway Unicorn.
Well,
I felt like I couldn't just wear like normal
Clothes,
straight
yeah.
jeans.
and
for
as
a
you
Gaga
and the
episode.
studio is stinking up because I'm wearing nothing but meat. So that being said,
The scent is wonderful.
Oh my god!
I want all
We
of
need to
you.
kill this. Fast.
I want all of you to go ahead and leave your list on our Facebook page below, and also, go ahead and look us up on fucking SoundCloud and iTunes and all those other different places. Go ahead and do that. We'd appreciate it. Anytime you like us, it's a little prayer. And also, we're getting comments from people who I don't even fucking know these days, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So keep it up. We really appreciate it. In the meantime, a happy hour so bad after this. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on listening. You know that we'll be. Have a good one.
It wasn't love, it wasn't love, it was a perfect illusion, perfect illusion.